Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 27 of our Transport Fever 2 Let's Play. If you guys are new to the series, definitely check out some of the older videos. Consider subscribing to stay up to date on this series as well as others. Leave a like and a comment, and we'll go through a quick recap, and then we'll get into the video. Okay, episode 27. So we are just starting out here in Ferry Hill. Before we get into this this episode here, I just wanted to give a quick update for those of you who don't watch the Timberborn playthrough. I actually just created a Patreon account. You can find it linked in the description below. Completely not necessary to, subscribe or support the channel at all on Patreon. You guys watching the videos, subscribing, engaging in the comments is more than enough, but if there are any of you out there who would like to support the channel further, I would genuinely appreciate it. You can find the subscription, or rather the link in the description below. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into episode 27 here. So, we're just in Ferry Hill taking a look at the bus line, and it's because, I don't know how I did this, Ferry Hill only has one little bus stop. Like, look at this line. This purple line. That's the entire bus line for what is our second largest city. So we desperately need to fix that. So let's go ahead and do that. And I wonder, can I get this in here? Oh, I can't. Because I would love to get some, yeah, it's this whole street right here. This whole street is just slightly in the wrong spot. Alright, so I wonder if we... Hang on, just adjusting the volume a little bit there. I wonder if we... This is going to seem really dumb, but we're going to do it anyway. Because that's just what we do. And let's pause this before they come back in here and get all angry with me. Oh, it's this intersection that they also don't like. Alright, let's rip it out. And again, this is totally not necessary. We could probably get away with not doing this. And why are you snapping? And now I can't really figure out why it's up in the air like that. There we go. And what is it colliding with? Is it colliding with this? I'm just destroying the entire city at this point. Alright, how does that look? It looks mostly good. Let's see if I can grab it from there. Maybe this end will be a little bit easier. So maybe we'll do it in... I'm trying to do this in segments. It's just not working. It's because it wants to snap here. There's something that it's snapping to here. And now that's going to be at an angle. Alright, well, since we're ripping everything out, we might as well. We might as well do it right. So let's pull that all the way through there. And then let's reconnect all the roads that we destroyed, and they will come back and rebuild. Not to worry. Kind of curious that they've never made that connection before. Maybe they did, and I just Didn't notice. But there we go. I think all of the roads are reconnected now. So we can let this resume. And then we can come through here and put in our bus line. Now, the way that I think we're going to do this, I think we're going to put in like a central tram line running through here. And then maybe a little bus circulator running kind of off of it. I think that that'll be a good way to do it. So, if we're going to use this road here for our tram line, we'll probably come down here, and then we'll need to connect in right here. So let's get a nice big road through here, and then we will upgrade all down this. And then we'll come back up through there. Okay. So we also need to replace our road depot that we removed. So why don't we put that in this industrial area? Right about there. And now we do need to put in a tram depot. So let's get a tram depot in there. And then if we come through here and we add tram tracks to this whole thing. Like that. And then we're going to need to add bus lanes. To this whole circulator. Okay, and now let's get some bus stops. So we'll want a set of stops there. I'm thinking a set midway down, which will connect in with the bus line here. 2 sets on there. Set there. And maybe a set right here. Okay. And now, I'm not really sure how I'm going to serve this little area here. It's kind of all tucked off by itself. And there really isn't a good way to connect it in, so... Hey, you know... Hate to see it, I guess. Let's go ahead, let's just sell these. We're going to sell these buses. And then we will just get rid of that line altogether. So let's get a new line. And it's going to run around here. Let's make it that purple color. So that's what it was before. And then let's find it. This is going to be TM for tram. And this will be Ferry Hill. Tram to train. And this is going counterclockwise. We'll make a new line. Let's copy that. Get that onto there. And this will be clockwise. Let's make it that purple color. And then this one will go the opposite way. Like that. And now let's get some trams on there. So let's get maybe 4 on each. Make them that purple color. And we will put 4 on the counterclockwise and 4 on the clockwise. Just confirming that they're all there. They are. And now let's get a little bus line coming in here. So one will tie in right here. It's just going to be one single loop coming through here. So let's see. We'll have a stop here. Maybe a stop here and a stop here. We'll get rid of this stop. So we can add a new line. And this will connect in right here. Let's make this a teal color. And this will be a bus line. This will be Ferry Hill. Bus 1. We can go ahead and get some buses on there. Let's see. Passenger. I think we'll go with these bigger but slower buses. So let's get maybe 4 on there. And now let's get one... I don't think we actually need a line over here. This really catches... The trams really catch everything over here. It's just this little residential area that's not quite... even that's mostly covered by the trams, quite honestly. But that'll be good. See, look at that. We already got a passenger who wants to catch the bus. Okay. Our food line is functioning. Our bus line... Ferry Hill to Ossett. Let's change this stop. We'll have it stop here. And then I think we'll add in a waypoint so that they leave some alternate route. Like that. So that they're not just turning around in the middle of the street. Okay, so that is good. Ferry Hill has been given the proper attention that it deserves as our second largest city. And we are going to continue to give it the proper attention it deserves after we fix one thing. We never set up a delivery for these machines. A couple episodes ago, we started providing the resources, the timber and the steel, to this factory, and we never gave it anywhere to deliver it. So we're going to fix that. And the easiest way that we're going to fix that, right off the bat, after this autosave, is we are going to add in a little platform here. I'm going to give it a little building. Not that it will really ever be used. And then we're going to deliver by truck up to Hodsden, who demands machines. So let's just kind of take a look at this road. This looks generally okay. I might do just a little bit of editing just to kind of straighten it out a little bit. Reconnect that. It's going to bend its way through the forest here. I think we could make this a little bit gentler. And then connect that up there. And then it's going to come through here. This could probably be a bit gentler. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, so let's go up to Hodsden. And let's add in a truck stop. So this is our machines here. Why don't we add the stop right here, and then I think we're going to need a waypoint to get out of there. And then why don't we add in just a little road right here. Just to make it so that they can loop out of there a little bit easier. Alright, so new line. Coming from Hodsden up to here. And yep, they're going to need the waypoint. Let's make it that teal color for the machines. And let's just make sure that it kind of doesn't conflict with anything down here. Doesn't. They are going to wait for a full load. And this will be Hodsden machines truck route. So now let's make our way up to Hodsden. And let's get some trucks onto here. So, to move machines, we're going to go with the sour C-type trucks. I think we're going to need the tarpaulins. So let's get maybe 4 of them to start. And let's get those on there. And now this should start. Yep, starting to show Hodsden for delivery, which is great. The only thing that we're really going to have to work on is getting more raw materials in here. Because they are coming from extremely far away. We do have 2 trains on the Yateley to Ferry Hill branch delivering the... Let's see if I can find one. There's one of them. Not sure where the other one is, but I promise you there are 2. If we come on here. There we go. 2 of them. So that is something that we'll have to work out when we get to it. But going back to Ferry Hill and the attention that it deserves, we are going to double track down to Tenterden. Similar to the way that we did it from Tenterden down to Skelton, we're going to do the same thing here at Ferry Hill. Now, one thing that we do need to do, this is a 320 meter platform, right? Yep, 320 meters. Ferry Hill does not have a 320 meter platform. Not only do they not have a 320 meter platform, this curve right here coming out of here is going to make it really hard. But I think that there's something that we can do to alleviate that. So let's pause the game, because we are going to be doing some things. And let's rip out most of this. So let's come in here. Let's get a terminus 320 meter station with 2. Maybe is 3. Is it going to put it on the right side? Oh, it will. Awesome. Okay. We'll put that in there. And I just realized that that has catenary. Doesn't need it. Okay. So now, if we come into our vehicles and we go to Ferry Hill to Hodsdon, these trains are 111 meters. Okay. So, one thing that we can do, so we can actually come in here, we can just shorten this platform. So that's, let's bring it down to maybe there. That should work. And then if we grab a track, we can hook that back up, and this will function. If we just come into this line here at Ferry Hill, go to platform 3. Yep, perfect. Okay, now this is one that we are going to need to relocate. So just so that we remember to do that, let's branch that off like that. Okay, so now coming down here, there's going to be 2 branches that this is going to need eventually. It's going to need its own track going to Yateley and its own track going to Ferry Hill. However, this track coming from Yateley needs to tie into this branch, and obviously this branch needs to come straight through. So what I propose that we do is we take advantage of the existing track, and if we pull it to there, to this little junction right here, pull that to there, right? And now we get rid of this tie-in here, because we don't need it anymore. We'll back this out. Let's see, if we were to connect that in, yeah, I think we're just going to redo the whole thing. So we'll get rid of that. But okay, now, if we grab this, and we just start to branch it off, roughly in the direction that it needs to go. So let's see, if we do something like that, tie that in there, and then we grab that, and we connect that up. Okay, so now we are going to need to get down to Yateley. So let's get, or down to Ferry Hill rather. So let's grab here. If we actually follow this out, that will give us our dedicated track running down to Yateley. Or, man, I keep doing it. Down to Ferry Hill. And then we can back those out. We can back those out. And then we can continue on with our high-speed rail from there. However, we just need to remember to put that signal back in there. And it should be a one-way signal right in there. And then, is this going to need a one-way signal? Yes, it is. Let's come through here. We'll need a one-way signal there. We have a one-way signal there, which we don't need. We can move that closer. Yeah, and then this will work. So now let's come in here. Let's add in our one-way signals coming in. We can add our merges coming in here. Let's see if we can integrate this somehow. If I were to put that there, I could make that a double switch. And then put a 26-mile-an-hour merge there. Yep, and that would work. So now that is connected back up. I think that's just a service track. There's no line that actually runs on that, but that's okay. And these nice long blocks will allow for our longer passenger trains in the future. Okay, so before we come through this tunnel here, let's fix it. Let's grab our new tunnel. Let's use our nice modern tunnel that we've been using. And then we can come through here with a nice high-speed track. Come through here with a nice high-speed track. That'll be good. So now let's go fix our tunnel on the other end so that we get those nice modern tunnels. Nice modern tunnel. Quick autosave. Nice modern tunnel. And then we can connect that up. We can pull this all the way through. And then I believe we needed a set of signals right here for that line. Okay, so now we have our nice track through there. Let's pull it over here. We will maintain our speed through here. Not that it really matters. I don't really think. This line's not long enough for anything to really reach those speeds. But now, this is going to be the big area that we have to work with. And I think our best solution is moving this whole thing out and putting a couple pairs of tracks that run through here. So, let's delete that. Let's delete all the way out to there. Let's come into here. Let's delete these buildings. And let's get some high-speed track through here. And then let's get... Oh, I need some platforms. Let's get a couple platforms in here. Couple buildings in there. Now we need to get our road back in. Let's see. Okay, so we tie that in there. Let's see if I get rid of that. And I get a cargo platform with one platform on the right side. Let's kind of square it up to that building. I can't fit. Yeah, so we'll put something right there. That'll look nice. And then let's come back in here. Let's get our mixed tree. And let's get some trees in there. And then if we come in here, we can back them off just a little bit. And back them off from here just a little bit. Let's come back in here. Cool. And now we are going to blow through here with these tracks, so nothing we can really do about that. But now, let's see. If we were to grab from right here, pull that in, it is going to drop a little bit of speed, but you know, not the end of the world. I think when we did the double tracking down to Skelton, I think I was a little too concerned with dropping speed. Realistically, we're never going to have a train that's going to be able to reach top speed on this run. And even if it does, this is when it's coming into or leaving a station. It's not going to have any major effect. And we have a little jog in that road that I think we could fix. So let's come in here. Let's just straighten that out. Okay, so now we need to get these tracks on this side of the line. So let's get rid of some of those. Let's get rid of this track. And let's get rid of this track. So now, if we pull this all the way to this side, and then pull this all the way to here, let's go ahead and get our signal back in there. We can now connect that up, and it's a totally valid connection. So we'll connect that up. We will need a one-way signal here. And now let's grab these tracks. Let's kind of see. Let's connect that into there. Connect this into here. And then this is going to take some work. So if we come in here to our terrain tool, just get a little small. Just kind of smooth that out. Yeah, that'll be good. And now this is in catchment with this. Let's go in here and make sure our lines are not broken. We do have a train with no path. Ferry Hill to Yateley. Ah, yes, that is the Ferry Hill to Yateley passenger line, which now has no way to get there. Well, I guess we're going to be doing the double track there as well. But let's go ahead and get this signaled up before we do. So let's see. We'll need a one-way signal. Not there. We'll need a one-way signal here. And then if we come back down here, so we have a set of signals here. Let's turn on auto signal and let's do 320 meters. And if I start it there, I might make that a little bit larger. So let's get rid of all of those. Let's do 350 meters. And that will run all the way down to here to here. So we can get rid of that signal. Probably add in a signal there. Add in a one-way signal there. And a one-way signal there. And now if we go back to... Oh man, that just auto-signaled. Okay. So let's remove these. Remove that one. Remove that one. We can remove that signal. So let's start our auto signal right here. And now that should mirror going all the way back here. We have one signal in between the station and the passenger station. And now we should be good to go. So the Ferry Hill line. So this is our train that has no path. So the way that I'm going to fix it, I'm just going to do that for now. Let's speed this up just for a minute. Okay, so now that train, that line is functioning. It's going to be using its own dedicated passenger rail tracks to get into here. Now, at Ferry Hill, let's see, Ferry Hill to Hodsden. Nope, Skelton to Ferry Hill. At Ferry Hill, use platform 2, because this platform is going to be reserved for the Yateley line, which is actually what we're going to double track right now, because it is broken. So we might as well. There's no reason not to. So let's grab some high-speed track. And let's pull it through here. This is going to slow down quite a bit coming through here. That is okay. It is to be expected. So we'll bring it all the way through here with some dedicated high-speed track. And I'm not going to be overly concerned about speed on this line. There are parts of this line that are kind of weaving. Truthfully, I kind of wish that I hadn't done this, because I just think it's a little excessive. But it's already done, so. The money has already been wasted on that project. But anyway, we are going to follow this track up here after this autosave. And that got pretty sharp. We'll have to see if we can fix that in the cleanup. Now, one thing that we are going to have to fix, there's still a portion of single track right here. So let's back that out. There we go. So that we can put in our nice modern bridge, or tunnel, rather. Let's get rid of this. And this. Back that out a little bit. Nice modern bridge, tunnel. Connect that in there. So now we have a couple nice modern tunnels. And the high-speed rail is going to utilize them as well. So let's pull that through. Let's pull that through. So now we have a nice tunnel coming through here. Now, so that'll drop down to 160. Not the end of the world. So we'll connect up here. We are going to need to reconstruct this bridge, because this one is too slow. So let's do that. So let's grab our standard track first. Get that in there. Should we do an arch bridge or a suspension bridge? No, I don't really think so. Unfortunately, this iron bridge limits it to 75, which is kind of unfortunate. Which means we're probably going to need a... Oh wait, does it actually? I just realized that the track is limited to 75. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. Because, like, if I did this, if I made this track, limits it to 112. Whereas this has no limit. So we're going to have to go with one of these girder bridges. Which is okay. I like the blue, I think. would look nice. So let's get that connected up. Pull that across. And pull that across. And then we're starting to slow back down to 120 miles an hour. Come in here, and now we're going to need to fix what we've got going on here. So we will no longer have this connection. Let's come in here. Let's grab this. Let's see if we pull it to about there. And then connect that up. So let's do that. Let's get rid of that just so that we have a nice clean ending. To our double track, or to our high-speed track rather. And now we will continue the double track down to about here, where we will merge in right before this tunnel. And connect up. So now that's dedicated high-speed rail. This is 2 separate lines, so we can actually get rid of that, and we can get a non-one-way signal right there. Okay. So now I imagine we're going to have some trains stuck. So let's go to one-way signals. Yeah, we can have auto-sig on, because I am just going to put one signal right there. And then we are going to send 350 meter, or not, we are going to send 350 meter signaling all the way back. So let's see where that ends. So now it's coming back. Okay, so now we need to look at our signals here. We need to fix these signals. So let's go non-one-way signals. Get rid of this one so that they're both the nice new ones. Get rid of that one. Put in a couple signals there. Okay, and now let's come all the way back down here and let's see where did our signals go to. So we do not need that signal. Okay, they look good. So now let's find our passenger train that is stuck. All right, so it's stuck right there. So let's get it onto its dedicated line. Oh, and that's going the wrong way. Let's get it onto its dedicated line. So let's speed this up. It'll come through here, hop onto that line, and then we can go ahead and delete this track. And then it should be fully functioning at that point. Which it is. And now it has its own line. And if we come down here, you'll kind of see how this is all going to work. So the high-speed passenger track takes this track here, and then these two, the Yateley, Ferry Hill, Steel and Timber, takes this inside track, and then the Ferry Hill to Tenterden Fuel takes this track. So that should work really nicely. For instance, we have one of our high-speed trains coming through here now. Yeah, and I think that's going to work really well. And let me see. Yeah, we don't need that signal. We have a double signal here that we don't need. Actually, we have a triple signal here that we don't need. Then we have signals coming in. Perfect. Yeah, so that whole thing is working. And Yateley is on the correct platform. Very nice. And you can see how this works, this shorter platform here. Working really well. Yikes, the clockwise of the Ferry Hill of the tram. Let's get a couple more trams on there. And then we actually have pretty decent numbers on this bus line as well. I mean, those two only have one, but this one has 13. Quite surprising, actually, that it would have that many. But that's good to see. This, though, this one's crazy. I assume it's because it's serving, like, this whole interior block here. But still, 120? How many do these hold? 23? Yeah, I don't know. Pretty interesting. Okay, so let's see how we're doing with... Yeah, we have some machines coming in here. And these trucks are coming down. I guess they've just reached it. Kind of makes sense. We've had the game paused for the majority since we actually put those trucks into use. But let's see. So there's 5 whole machines here, so not even enough for one truck. And we really need to figure out a way to get more into here. So let's see. Is this train pretty much running non-stop? Yes. So the first thing that I think I want to do, we come into here. Let's get another train onto there. So we're going to get even more steel and timber flowing into here. But now the question's going to be, can we keep that supplied? And the answer is no, because we have another train coming in here right now to pick that up, and then it's virtually going to be empty. This is getting more than it needs. Interesting. What about this up here? Yeah, this is getting more than it needs too. So the best way to do it... Interesting. I think it's just going to take time for this thing to actually build up. We could come onto here, get one more of each truck. Because let's see, where's that train? Has he left yet? Nope. He's still coming in to pick up. Yeah, so I think that's just going to be slow goings until this can actually grow. Particularly until Hodsden can grow. Because they haven't gotten any machines yet. So we're getting there. We are getting there. One way that we could cheat that is if we incorporate another city that demands machines, like Midhurst. We could get the demand to increase, and therefore the demand further down the chain to increase. I guess the real problem, though, would be whether we would ever be able to fill a ship. Because I imagine that's the way that we would do it. We would use a ship, come down here to Midhurst. Yeah, let's try it. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen, you know? So let's get a little bit larger brush. Let's grab this height here. Let's smooth that out, and then let's get a cargo harbor. Let's see, I imagine that's going to look terrible. It is. So let's fix that real quick. We will drop this down to this height. Connect that up. And connect that up. And now let's come in here. Let's get a large platform. In like that. Let's make this a little bit smaller. And then let's bring this right off this edge right here. Smooth that out. And then if we come in here with it's a little bit like that. Okay, so that is in catchment here. And now if we come down here, and I think we'll actually build it like right here by this iron mine, and then we'll truck it in. Just to try and keep the cargo harbor kind of outside the city a little bit. So let's spin this around. Let's get it in there. And this is actually a little bit more aggressive of terrain than I thought it was. Let's get this in here with a large landing. And then let's come into here. We can kind of flatten that out. And let's get a road into here. Actually, let's flatten out this whole area generally, so that we can get a nice country road in here. Like that. And then let's see, if I were to grab a road like this, how steep would that be? Yeah, I mean, fairly steep, but not horrible. There we go. That looks pretty good. Let's come through here. Let's just touch this up with the smoothing tool. And then we can go ahead and get one of these in there. Maybe like that. Give it a nice buffer. And then we can connect that into there. So that's in catchment here. And now if we run down this road here, we can kind of straighten it out a little bit. Connect that up. And then this is really bendy for no apparent reason. Connect that into there. And now let's see where this would need to be delivered. Okay, so it would need to come all the way down here. So if we drop it here, and we get a new line from there all the way up to here. Okay, so I don't really like that, so let's go through here on the way. Let's add another waypoint. And then we'll come back through here. This will be machines, so why don't we go with kind of a teal color. Coming down here, we will wait for a full load forever. Man, those multiple unit horns, those are aggressive. This is Midhurst machines. And again, I'm expecting a truck, or not a truck, well, a truck, but I'm expecting whatever ship that we put on this to wait forever. Before it gets a full load of these. Let's see, one darker than that. Let's go with those. Let's put that onto there. Now let's see if I can get a depot into here. Like that. Let's do that, and then let's see how the underwater looks. Looks good. And now let's get a little road in here. Just to provide a little bit of access there. Okay, let's get a new line on here. So, this will be running from Ossett down to Midhurst. This will be a machines run at Ossett. Wait for a full load forever. And this will be Midhurst machines, but this will be the shipping route. Yep. Okay, and now let's see if we can get some waypoints into here. So let's grab this after Ossett. Go like that. And then after Midhurst, come in like that. Not sure why it's doing that. Let's see if we can fix it with some waypoints down here. Something like that. So on their way, we'll have them come through there, and then after they leave, we'll have them come through there, and then they're relatively nice and straight all the way down to there. Okay, and now let's get a ship onto here. Oh, right, we got these tugboats. So we'll go with one of these. Holds 175. That is way more cargo than we could possibly need on this line. Oh, wow. There's actually quite a bit of tools on here. So let's double the number of trucks on there so that they can run those tools up. So let's see, that's our fuel truck, our fuel train that just arrived. This is our yep, and I think we could actually go with a one-way signal right there. Perfect. Okay. So these just loaded up. They're going to head down here. Man, we actually have a ton of machines down here. I am shocked. I did not think that we would be producing that many. But anyway, so now this is going to recognize Hodston and Midhurst, both for tools, or machines. And we already started putting one singular machine on this route here. So that's great. Anyway, guys, this is going to bring us to the end of this episode. If you made it this far and you enjoyed it, definitely consider leaving a like and a comment, subscribing to the channel if you're not already, so you can stay up to date on this video as well as others, and consider supporting the channel on Patreon. The link is in the description below. Until the next episode, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye.